last one.
Last one. Nintendo confirms no new CPU or increased RAM in the OLED Switch. The OLED Switch.
Yes.
Okay, so I saw a little bit of chatter on social media as far as this new Switch. I think I saw Austin saying they could have come up with a better name. They're just calling it Nintendo Switch OLED model.
Well, that's kind of what it is. There's not many upgrades to it, unfortunately. But OLED is definitely much needed.
So you're okay with the name? It's a very Nintendo thing to do. You just say Nintendo Switch OLED model. Is
it a Pro, though?
Well,
without the guts of, a new processor.
So break it down for me. We got nothing else new on here?
So the only thing that's new is the OLED screen.
Yes, I like OLED
the
screens.
smaller bezels.
Okay.
There's a smaller bezel. And then...
a bigger screen, too. I just saw 7 inches instead of 6.2.
Yes. They shrunk the bezels. And then there's going to be the... the mounting? Not the mounting. The switch that kind of opens up so you can display it on the table.
The dock?
The dock.
Okay.
So no, not the dock.
Not the dock.
So it opens up
the
and
kickstand.
Then you can... Yeah, the kickstand.
Oh, it's a new kickstand.
Yes.
It's a way better kickstand.
So you can kind of prop it down.
Yes.
To certain angles.
Oh, that is a huge improvement, man. That other little kickstand was terrifying.
Exactly, yeah.
On the last one.
Yeah.
So that's a huge improvement. More angles as well. They say it's got enhanced audio. Yeah, call it a Pro. Get out of my face. Call it a Pro.
A Pro?
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but it is hard for a customer to feel excited about buying the Nintendo Switch OLED model as opposed to something that feels like an advancement outside of one singular feature. But I don't really care. You can convince me either way. I don't care that much. Sometimes I like the understated aspect of Nintendo's approach to things. That's just like, hey, that's what it is. It's what we're calling it. Go out and get it. It's also been a tremendously successful console. So maybe it doesn't need any kind of fancy marketing stuff and they can just call it the OLED model. And then the other part is they want to keep selling the regular Switch and the Switch Lite. So maybe if they marketed it as something so different, then they could have a problem selling the inventory of the other ones or making it feel like a uniform ecosystem. So what happened with the 4K thing? There was a rumor that it was going to be able to output 4K through the dock.
Yeah, there was a lot of expectations for this new model. And it was supposed to be for E3, but then the Pro model didn't happen.
So you're telling me it's no 4K on the dock? Wow, that's a big...
See, yeah,
Wow, I mean, that's a bit of a problem, I guess. You don't put the...
And it's coming out, I guess, kind of late.
October 8th. It'll be $350.
I mean, in the fall, which makes sense.
Yeah, it is an interesting product because it's so different than the Play that you're getting from Sony and the Play that you're getting from Microsoft. They're like, okay, look, we're going to give you next-gen gaming. We're going to give you 4K gaming, at least at 60 frames for now. And that was the priority, a box that sits beside your TV, and that's the end of it. Well, and then some game streaming focus as well for mobile gaming. They're like, you can play Xbox games like the xCloud stuff on mobile and don't worry about a dedicated contraption to do such a thing. Now, Nintendo has the alternative play. They say, no, you're going to have this really cool piece of hardware with Joy-Con that pop off and you can take the game you're already playing onto the couch and then back to the TV. Like they got this different play.
Sure.
They got this different set of rules kind of. But I think people were hoping for that home run. That like, can I also say that I'm capable of this next gen gaming? Yeah. You want to call it that?
We're definitely spoiled. And we want more.
Absolutely. But this is still a cool improvement. I love OLED, so that's nice. Kickstand improvement, better audio. I'm always paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Probably some new Zelda stuff. So listen.
Yeah, they're going to launch a new Metroid game as well.
Cool.
A side scroller, old school, which is nice.
There you go. Yeah. So I mean, what can we do? What can we say? I'm sure that they considered their compromises. I'm sure they looked at their cost. I'm sure they said, hey, where do we want to be price-wise and how can we deliver? Okay, we're targeting $350. Here's what we can do. And, if you look at it from that standpoint, what's your cheapest PlayStation 5? Your $399, right?
Yeah.
So And that's what you need to get to your 4K. So you make your choices in life, don't you?
For sure, yeah.
And I want to know what your choice is. If you have around $400 to spend for gaming hardware, and you only have two options. You have this new Nintendo Switch, in brackets, OLED model, or the digital version of the PlayStation 5 for $50 more. Which one do you take and why? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much, Willie Doo, for pulling it all together, by the way.
All right.
Because the people, they were very concerned. And now the concern can be put to rest because the news will always be here. And as long as there's news, we'll be here too.